to our at-home workout today. As you can see, Sarah's ready to rock. I'm going to do some of this with you, and Leon might bless us with his presence. If you guys have been watching these last time, he's been just part of this, so we'll see if he gets his exercise in. So today we have a at-home workout for you. We're going to be doing some back, as well as today's going to be a little more movement focused. So if you've watched the previous episodes here, we've done a lot of legs, a lot of chest and shoulders and core. We're still going to do some core and some back work, a little bit of legs, but today really we're taking a break from just a bunch of reps, and we're going to be working a lot of movement, mobility, getting us more flexible, and working through that so that we can complement all the training sessions together, because we don't want to do the same thing every day. So before we get started here, we'll make sure you guys have a little area here. Sarah and I are going to share this area. So we're going to start with 3 rounds today of 3 different movements. So your first movement is going to be a Kang squat, K-A-N-G. What that is realistically, it's hands behind your head, and we're going to push our hips straight back, right? Nice flat back. And then we're going to sit down into our squat, and then we're going to come back up, and we're just there. So we're going to hips back, sit down, stand up. You should feel hamstrings, hips. As you go on with this, we want to try and get lower and lower. From there, we're then going to go into your groiner, which is a groin reach opener. So we're going to be stepping back. So we have arm, arm, foot. We're just going to reach up to the sky, reach down, reach up. And then we'll switch. We'll do the other side. Okay? So let's actually have everyone start down with groin for the first one.
Good. Take off my socks.
There you go. Yeah, socks are optional. And then your last one of that is going to be your V-up, and we'll just roll through with that. Those have been in our other videos. So let's start down on one knee. So let's have everyone with the right leg forward. Good. Give yourself enough space so you can straighten your back leg out. So you should be feeling a stretch in the groin here, right? What we want to do is, if you can, we want to pop ourselves up off the floor in that back leg, and we're going to reach up to the sky. Good. The inside hands reach it up. Good. We're just reach it up nice and tall, opening everything up there. Good. Let's get 2 more here. We're going 5 per side. There we go. And then we're going to switch. Switch your feet up. Right now, when you're doing this, thinking about that front knee, pushing it open. Your hips stay down to the floor. And let's reach up to the sky. Good. If you need to, you can drop your back knee to the floor. There we go. Feel a little bit different of a stretch there. Just reaching up tall. Good. All right. Let's get you now into the squat position. So what I like to do is I like to start by heels by hip width. I'm going to take my hands, kind of just get a lot of my toes, just kind of feeling that stretch in the hips and hamstrings. I can put my hands now above my head or behind my head. I'm going to sit down into my squat, and then I'm going to pick my hips up, and I'm going to stand up. So that'd be 1, right? Hips back, squat down, hips up, stand up. So hips high, squat down, hips high, stand up. Good. Again, just thinking about hips, hips low, hips high, hips up. Really sitting into those heels. Good. Might get some crackle and pops here. Good. Really working on, as we're doing this, keeping your back a little bit arched, right? We want to make sure we're not leaning forward and bending at the back. Good. There you go. So you can see here, sort of turn from the side here for everyone. Good. Let's do this again. So you can see when she sits, we want her hips to sit down low, and her chest should come up, right? Tell me she's probably a little tight in the hips, yeah?
Very tight in the hips.
Very tight in the
And
hips.
back mobility also.
All right, so this is one you want to work on. If you have something light, right, maybe it's like a book, you can use some sort of weight in the front, and that might help you. So if you're having some issues, you can also come down, sit down, stand up. Sarah's going to do 1 more set here, so let's get 2 more reps
I
here.
got some weight here.
Here we go, don't get them sick. Good. And then she's going to sit down. Good. And as she does that, she's trying to pick the weight or Leon upwards. Good. Let's go down to the floor. We're going to go with our V-up. So our V-up here. So V-up, we're going to get you going. Right? We can do, coming through, we can go single leg, just nice and smooth. We could also do a double leg. Up top. Biggest thing is we want to make sure our lower back stays flat on the ground. Just because you guys know it here. So we're going to go set a 10 here. Very good. Good. Now V up, you also want to pick your torso up off the floor. There we go. Good. And want to make sure that we're not rocking and using momentum on this, right? So I want to make sure that this part of the lower back is not flexing and bending, right? So we're just really working on the legs coming up, feeling the lower abdomen, feeling the upper abdomen, relaxing the neck and face. Good. Very good. There we go. All right, so let's get you guys back up. We're going to go back now to the groin. We're going to pick up the pace just a little bit, right? So remember we have our front leg. Let's go right leg in front here. Good. Let's keep that back knee down on the floor. This time let's try and drop our right elbow to the floor. Reach up to the sky. Again, right elbow to the floor. Reach it up. Good. Really trying to sink into that hip as you come down. There we go. Good. We'll switch up. Good. So left foot in front. Good. Stay with the nice pace here. Back knee down. Left elbow to the floor. Good. This whole time you should be having your front foot, that front ankle and toe on the ground, the heel on the ground. There you go. Good. All right, let's go back with these king squats here. There we go. So, on the back, sitting down, standing up. Good. Just nice, smooth pace. Good. Focus on the hips. At this point, we're going to drop down. If you need to, let's have your hands out in front of you. They're in that squat. That might help you counterbalance a little bit. There you go. If this is easy, you can even take your hands above your head as you sit down in that squat. Good. Let's go one more here. Good. Okay, let's go back to that V up, down on the ground.
Whew. I'm just creaking.
Yeah, midweek, everyone's been sitting around at home. Good. Good. Heart rate should be getting up to a little bit of breathing right here. There we go. Good. All right, you guys should be finishing up here about one more, and then we're going to go back into our last round here of the groiners. So we're getting you here. This time, let's keep that back leg or the back knee off the floor. Really feeling that stretch across the whole back side of the body. If you can, we can also try and think about walking our leg out a little wider. You'll get a little bit more of a stretch. Reaching up top, coming down to the floor. There you go. Try to let your whole body collapse inwards, down towards the floor. There you go. Other side. Remember, if you can, walk your leg out a little more to the side. Give yourself some space to get your torso down there. Very good. Good. Now let's get you guys one more here. So remember, we can always have our toes slightly open. Biggest thing with this, if you're noticing your toes are moving around, we want to take our heel to the ground, big toe into the ground, create an arch in your foot, picking up those ankles, and then we're sitting on down. Nice and easy. You have your hands out in front to help counterbalance some weight. But thinking about these hips are going to sit straight down, and you're going to sit nice and low. There you go. Letting those hands slide out in front of you. Feel those hips sit closer to the floor in that squat. Keeping those knees open. There we go. Two more. Good. Should be feeling those hips nice and open and up there. Let's go one more set of these V-ups here, and then we're going to get you going into our first part of the main workout. using our lower abs to lift the legs, upper abdominals to lift the shoulders off the ground. The arms are just coming with the movement. They are not getting thrown and creating momentum. Next, nice and relaxed. Very good. All right, let's get everyone up here. Good, so you're gonna take a hot little second here while I introduce the next part, right? So if you need water, get some water. If you need a sweat towel, maybe you're starting to work up a sweat here. That's the idea of the warm-up, is to get your heart rate going. So we have 4 rounds of the next part. The first round is going to be called a tiger push-up. It's a fierce push-up variation. We're really going to attack the back of the arms as well as the upper back for stability purposes. So whenever we're doing a push-up, make sure that your shoulders are down away from the ears. We're always keeping space. And we want to keep those elbows nice and tight into the body. We don't want to have them flared out. That's how you mess your shoulder up. So what it is here is we're going to start off. When we start the push-up normally, right, we have our hands by our chest. Well, what we're going to do with this one, they're going to be out by our head, right? If you ever seen a cat, maybe I can get Leon to cameo here, but if you've ever seen a cat sit on the ground, they're usually sitting like this, elbows under the shoulders, paws or hands up front. So we can start off, if you need to, we can go on the kneeling position. So we're going to come up, we're going to push through the palms, push yourself backwards. Right? You can see it's a lot of tricep pushing. I'm pushing myself away. If I can, I'll put my feet down, hands out in front, and I'm pushing back and forward. Just right through there. I feel a lot in my triceps. The forward your hands are, the more difficult it's going to be. So we're going to go sets of 10 on that, nice and controlled. Again, you might need to start from the knees. It's a new movement for some of you who have never done this. We want to feel it in the triceps primarily. So that's the first one. Second one we're going to go with is going to be our swimmers. So we're basically doing the breaststroke on the floor, and then we're going to end our hands behind our body like if you're getting handcuffed, right? We're here, so left hand on top for 5, right hand on top for 5. Looks like this. Up top.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but his entire back just cracked.
And we're just trying to get that shoulder range of motion. You can see a lot of people who have developed shoulders, or maybe they're just sticky. I'm not getting some great elevation there. You might get stuck, do what you can. So we're going there. And then last one we're going to do is a isometric pull up. So how that looks, we're just going to start in the seated position. So you're nice and tall, hands are overhead. We're going to pull down nice and slow. Pretend I have a bar in my hands and I'm really pulling, squeezing my back muscles, using my own energy. Squeeze, hold, I have tension, and then I'm coming back up. Right, and we're going to do 10 reps of that. That one is really a visualization. Really want to turn those muscles on. Okay, so we have 10 tiger push-ups, 10 swimmers on the floor where we're alternating our hand placement, and then we have 10 of those. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's get you on the floor, and let's start with the tiger push-ups. You're going to assume a regular push-up position. Remember, you can always start with the knees down. So let's go down to the bottom of the push-up position where your hands normally would be. Right, so in this position, we want to have slide the hands forward, elbows stay in the body, elbows stay in the body, right? And then she's going to push herself backwards through the palms, and she's going to move her body back. Yeah, so she should be feeling here. Now, you can see that her hands aren't too far forward in front of her, and that's because she's still learning this movement. The more you put your hands out front, ideally where the elbows are going to be almost under the shoulder joint, that's going to be a lot of tricep. Good. So she's getting there, right? So you can start, we're going sets of 10. If you're having issues with this and you can't keep your hands that far forward, you can pull them back down to that position. But we got to keep the elbows in, and we're basically doing a tricep extension movement in a push-up form. Good. There you go. We're going to get a set of 10 here. And we're just trying to show you that you can do different variations of a regular push-up to hit different muscle joints, muscles and joint actions. Good. So you can see she's really struggling here, really getting those triceps going. Yeah, yeah. Didn't think it'd be this hard, huh?
No.
Good. Good. And you probably can't see this on the camera, but when she's in this position, her middle back, specifically not up by here, but her middle back's nice and tight, and she's really focusing on squeezing her shoulder blades together. Good. Okay, let's go to those swimmers now. So she's going to be laying down. Hands are going to be up front. Good. And then she wants to try and get those hands tucked up behind her. Good. She's just going to keep this moving. Almost like you're doing a breaststroke where you're reaching out in front, grabbing the water, pulling it back. Good. And then try and have those thumbs reach as high as you can on the back. So she can't reach them all the way up here, bending those elbows. Good. This is a great one for left shoulder. Any shoulder issue, we're trying to take that shoulder through the full range of motion, through that joint, getting it moving around there. Good. Remember, you can either alternate, so left hand over the right and vice versa every rep, or just do 5 and then switch whatever hand's on top. Good. Very good. Alright, so I'm going to get you guys to sit down. So I'm going to have Sarah actually face that way so you can see the back. So she's going to sit here. Good. Okay, so what she's going to do, she's going to have her hands straight up. She's going to keep her abs nice and tight. And pretend she's got a bar in her hand, like she's doing a lat pull down or a pull up. She wants to think about pulling down slowly on a 5 count. So pull down slowly, slow, keep on coming down. Her hand should end close to her shoulders, squeezing, squeezing. She's going to hold right there so she can see her back's nice and tight. And she's going to push upwards like she's pushing a weight. Now we always want to keep tempo. So Sarah, see, just kind of went real quick. Obviously anybody can use their hands with no weight. That's not what we're going for here. We're going for slow and fully contracted positions. Like if you were to sit there and flex your bicep hard, you can feel the muscle engaging. Same thing with the back. Here we go. Coming down like a 3 to 4 count. A little faster. Hands stay into the body and back up. A little faster. And back down. Hands stay into the body. And good. We're going to do some reps here. Good. So you can see Sarah has a tendency, she wants to do this. We need to keep it because right there is where we want to be. Pull all that tension from here down the back, Sarah. Down the back. A little faster. And back up. 1, 2, 3. Back up. 1, 2, 3. Back up slower. 1, 2, 3. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Good. One more. 1, 2, 3. Good. All right. You should be feeling that in your back. Sarah, you feeling that in your back?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So let's get you guys going back down to the tiger push-up. So we've done all of those. Tiger push-up, we're back into it. We're going to let you guys go at this pace here. So I'm going to give you guys an up and a down call. Here we go. Up, down, up, down. Good. Up, down. Elbows stay in. Up, down, up. Head stays up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 2 more. Up, down, up, down. Nice. Where are you feeling that?
Definitely my triceps.
Definitely the triceps. Good. All right, so we'll have these swimmers here. So I'm going to give you guys about 45 seconds to roll through all of these. Right, really take your time, get that big stretch. Good. Your neck, make sure your neck's relaxed. So think about keeping your forehead on the floor. Hopefully your carpets or hardwood are clean. If not, you got all the time in the world to do that now. Good. There we go. Good, just moving through. You guys got about 25 seconds left to get through this. Right, so make sure you're doing the same amount on each side, meaning left hand on top and right hand on top. That way we can get both shoulders working together. Good. About 10 seconds here. And then we're going to get you going back into, good. All right, let's get you back up. Then we're going to go back into these iso pull-ups, right? So you got about a minute to get through 10 reps, which means about 6 seconds a rep, which means 3 seconds on the way down, 2 to 3 on the way up. Now when we watch here, she's coming down. Her hands, I want them in more. Right there, Sarah. Good. You can see how much you can really pull the weight down. taking all this tension and moving it down the back. There you go. Good. Thinking about the lower you go, the more you feel the sides of the back underneath the armpits versus up on the neck. If you're feeling everything in the neck, you need to relax the shoulders down the back. A lot of people carry tension here. We want to put tension right in the middle of that back. Good. Making sure when you're doing this, your elbows stay pulled open, so you're getting that big chest stretch. Your hands stay back behind you. Good. We got 10 seconds here. Very good. All right, let's finish that rep up. We're going to go back into the third cycle here. All right, so now if you're, Sarah was kind of cranking these ones out, so I'm going to challenge her to try and maybe put one leg back. Right, so we can be, instead of here, maybe it's one leg back, okay? And it's more there, and then maybe we can put both legs back, and we can try to maybe start where we come up on the knees, up to the toes, down under control.
Okay.
Okay? Alrighty, here we go. We're going with this guy now.
Oh, wait, sorry.
And we're going up. Good. Now, if you're doing the one knee, you want to make sure you're not letting your hips pivot and tilt. Good. So Sarah, move your hands in closer to your body. Making sure your elbows stay in. If your elbows pull outwards, you start using the front of the shoulder, and that's not what we're trying to do here. So if you cannot do it correctly, you need to go back to the knees, move your hands down towards your face. There you go. Good. You should feel this exclusively in the back of your arms. We should not be feeling anything in the shoulder. If you're feeling it in your shoulder, you need to drop your shoulders down, move your hands closer to a normal push-up position. Good. We got about 10 more seconds in this one here.
I got 10.
You got 10? All right, and we're good. Cool. Let's get you guys going now back to the swimmers. All right, here we go. So we're picking our hands up. Remember, your head stays down on the ground. Good. And really challenge yourself to try and fold those hands up behind you, like you're itching the middle of your back, right? We all know how hard that is sometimes. You've got an itch right in the middle of your back and you can't get it. There's no one else around, right? And we're trying to scratch everything we can. This is a great mobility drill for the shoulders to help you one day scratch that part of your back. Good. You guys got about 20 more seconds here. There you go. And just take a mental inventory, maybe one side's tighter than the others. Good. Very good. All right, you can shake those upper back muscles out. We're going to go back to that pull down. So Sarah, let's have you face the camera now so they can see front. So when we're doing this, right, the chest pulls and the shoulders pull everything closed. Most people walk around like this, right? We want to use the back muscles and the back of the shoulder muscles to open us up. So when you're doing this, we should see the whole chest is open. Everything's here. So you've got your shirt on. You shouldn't have any scrunches in the shirt, right? We should be all open at that bottom, and we're here. Okay, let's get you going. Good. So pulling down, squeezing the back, right? I kind of like to have a little bit of a curl in my wrist, and then Sarah's head needs to be pushed in like she's making a double chin. There you go. Double chin on camera. Look at us. Good. There we go. Good. Now when you're watching here, or when you're doing this, focus on your traps, the upper neck, upper back muscle. When you pull your hands down, they should not be coming upwards. Everything should be going down the back, all that tension traveling from your ears and your neck down into the middle of the back, down into that lower middle back. Good. You got about 15 seconds here. Leon, you want to do some pull downs with us? No? Alright. Alright, and we have one more set of the tiger push-ups. Leon, let's do some tiger push-ups with Mom. Alright, here we go. You can always add weight to this.
Oh, God.
You just do that. Alright, here we sure when you're doing this, you're pushing through the palms, the hands and elbows stay in, so it should look just like that. Elbows come into the body, we're pushing, we're not flaring things out. Good. About 10 seconds here to get the rest of your reps.
Oh, my abs also.
Yeah, so everything, right? A lot of body weight, a lot of core strength, and just having that. Now, fun fact, when you're doing things like bench pressing, right? You're on a machine, you're doing all that. We still want to keep the abs engaged, right? So a lot of these great movements that we think of body weight, we feel our core, you should be able to turn a lot of those same musculature on when you're doing a barbell bench press, or dumbbell bench press, or barbell back squat. All right, we're going to the swimmers. So last one here, the swimmers here. Like I said, today is definitely a strength day in terms of some of the movements. Other parts, we're really working on the mobility of the shoulders and of the hips, things that take a normal wear and tear and beating throughout the week and throughout regular resistance training. So we just want to give ourselves some TLC every now and then. Good, really working on this. So this is a good, if you guys ever watch this, you can do this on active recovery days. You can do this on a Sunday if you just want to, move around and feel a little better than when you started. Good. There we go. Remember when we're doing this, the whole theme of today is take all that tension from the neck, from the ears, from the head, and move it down into the back. Down is that middle back. The control center of the back is the shoulder blades. So you should be feeling all that in the shoulder blade area. Specifically that bottom middle part. Good. All right, let's get the last one of these pull downs here. Remember when we end here, if our hands are 18 inches wide up here, they're 18 inches wide at the bottom. All right, here we go. Good. Just really focusing on when you're doing this. If you're moving too quickly, the muscle won't be able to engage. And what's happening in that muscle is it's a bunch of little hands that are just creeping along and they're just latching onto each other, right? And that muscle starts, like an accordion, starts to stretch, and then also it starts to, or lengthen, I guess, and then it starts to also contract. So we're trying to focus on you having the ability to tell your body how to contract those muscles. And then when we go back and we have weight, like in a pull up or a pull down with cables, you can really turn those muscles on to that next level. Good. So you should be feeling this, the same muscle groups you would when you're doing a really concentrated lat pull down or pull up. How are you feeling? Very good, right? So we want to call this, some people call it the mind-muscle connection. When you're doing a bicep curl, you can feel it. When you're doing a leg extension, you should feel those muscles. And that's the key here.
Feel it.
Good.
It's crazy.
All right, so we're going to take a little break here, right? We got about a minute here. You guys can get something to drink, take a rest here. We're going to intro our 9-minute conditioning piece. So it's going to be 9 minutes. It's going to be 3 rounds, and each round is 3 movements, each consisting of a 1-minute segment. So you're just going to go from A, B to C, right back to A, through C. We'll do that 3 times. So, first one we're going is a hip raise. So you have a couple different hip raise variations within your arsenal to play with during this minute. Your first one, if you're ever tired, you can always sit and just raise your hips and you can hold them. So we're just holding, you can have your hands right here, and we're just holding our hips up nice and high. You can also do hip raises with 2 feet, squeezing your butt at the top. And then we can also do single leg raises, where I'm coming up top. And what I would do if you're doing single leg is I would alternate every couple reps. So those are your 3 different hip raise variations. You can hold, you can raise with 2 legs, you can raise with 1 leg, and then you can even raise and hold that position on 1 leg. So those are all part of things that you can be doing during that minute segment. Make sure you're feeling it almost exclusively in the butt, right in the glutes. Next one we have is a hollow hold. You can also do hollow hold tucks or hollow hold rocking. So the hollow hold, once again, feet together, hands together. We're picking up torso, picking up our feet, and we're holding. That's your hold. You can always go back to that. From there, you can also hold, tuck, hold, tuck, right through there. You can see I'm shaking a little bit. We're then going to go, last one is going to be the hollow rock. And this one, think about it's just nice and easy. You're just rocking, just like that. Kind of like a Frito, what are those chips? The scoops. We're just trying to scoop ourselves back and forth. All right. And then your last part here is a skater. So we'll want to start, and we just want to jump side to side, landing, staying nice and low, making sure that we're not losing our balance. You can go quicker, you can stay lower, we're just moving back and forth. Making sure when we do that, we're sinking down into those hips. The more distance you go laterally, the harder it's going to be. Just make sure you find control. So I'd start small, side steps like jumping over lines, and then get yourself going back and forth. All right. So we're going to go 1 minute each segment, and I'm just going to roll you through 9 minutes of this. So everyone's going to start on the ground.
Are you doing it with us or not?
Nope, this is not one for you. All right, so we're going to start. We can go hip raise or holds. Here we go. We're up top. Good. And again, just like when we were working on the back muscles, really feeling those back muscles. At the top here, you should be feeling the sides of your glutes, right? And then really squeeze them. You can also play with the width of your feet, how far they are apart. You can point your toes out with a little more glute. Good. The biggest thing is we just want to make sure our knees are not diving inwards together. So they should be at least parallel to each other or slightly open. Good. You guys are coming up on halfway here. All right. Now make sure when you're doing this, your lower back is not taking over the movement. And that's going to be you having to reprogram. So if you are feeling your lower back, really focus on feeling those glutes. Maybe just hold your hips up to start and really feel them going there. We got about 5 seconds, so I'm going to get you guys going down into your hollow hold / hollow hold rocking or the tucks. All right, let's do it.
I'm really bad, so just tuck it.
Good. So I want to make sure if you are doing these tucks that I want you to hold. We're still doing the hollow hold. And then tuck yourself. So you're going to grab your shins, come up all the way, and then back down. There you go. Good. So remember, if you are able to tuck, we're coming up, we're sitting up tall and tucking, coming back down.
Or rocks.
We're right there, or we're rocking. Squeeze your glutes, press your thighs together, and we're rocking. Good. You guys doing good? I got 20 seconds here. If you cannot do this the whole time, that's a good question, Sarah. What you can do is you can just sit in whatever position you can. So maybe it's here in our dead bug, right? Maybe our legs are straighter and we're up top. We just want to stay engaged through here. And good. All right, we're on to our speed skaters. We're getting you up. Good. So the biggest thing here is we want to stay low, right? When you stay low, you start to load the hips. The last thing we want to do is stay high when we're trying to change directions. Right, so we got to drop our center of gravity down. Good. You can also start using your hands. Good. And you want to think about not necessarily throwing them side to side, but more back and forth like you're running. Good. What do you think? Think Sarah should go quicker? I think so. Come on. Here we go. Come on. Good. There it is. Remember, this is a workout. Whatever you put into the workout is what you're going to get out of it.
Stop.
Here we go. 10 seconds. Come on. Good. When you get tired, use your hands. There you go. Speed skater. Speed skater. 3, 2, and good. All right, we're going back to the hip raise. Right, so take your time getting to the floor there, but we are moving. All right, and we're back into the hip raise. Remember, hip raise or hold. Good. So when you're doing this, I sometimes like to have my hands on my chest. It really forces me to not push my arms through the ground to help me out and really focus on the glutes, lifting the body. I also think about my lower abdomen, keeping my lower abs tight. So if I have my hands on my stomach and I'm feeling my abs contracting, just like you were in the plank, we want to keep those tight, lift the hips with the butt muscle, which would be your glute. Which, fun fact, your glute is the largest muscle in your body. Do you know that, Sarah?
I do now.
She does now, right? Good. 10 seconds here. How the glutes feeling?
Oh, there.
They're feeling it. There you go. If you do enough of these, you'll feel it. 3, 2, and good. We're going back to those hollow rocks, holds, tucks. Good. Remember, if you are doing certain movements, I want you to hold each position at the top and show that you have control. Establish control. There you go. Doing good. Remember, try not to use your hands when you're not trying to use hands for momentum. The only reason we're putting our hands behind us is to create more resistance. We are not doing that for assistance. Sarah, no rocking your hands. There you go. Good. There you go. Good. Keep the core tight. 15 seconds. Good. Hold yourself accountable here. Really focus on the abdominals working. This is core strength. If you just gas out, you can keep your legs up like this, right? As long as you're staying active and pulling your chest up off the floor. 3, 2, and you're down. Nice job. We're going back to those speed skaters. Let's get it. Good. Remember, stay low.
How, wide?
That's up to you. As wide as you can. I would think about just trying to stay fluid with your movements. When you're doing this, just really focus on where your foot placement is. We want to have your feet basically facing forward when you land, right? Think about if you were skating on ice, you wouldn't want your skates facing outwards. You wouldn't want them facing too far inwards either. There you go. Good. Eyes up, chest is up, hips are down. Good. What are you feeling, Sarah?
My heart.
Her heart. All right. A little bit in her soul, a lot in her heart. Good. Really focus on keeping your glutes loaded, right? Stay down nice and low. Abs, glutes, everything. 3, 2, and good. Nice. And we're back down. We're going into this here. We're up to it. Back to the hip raise. Here we go. Good. There you go. Remember, you can always put your hands on top of your chest. Really keep yourself in check here. Focusing on the glutes. Good, Sarah. Man's not amused. Cutting into his nap time. There you go. Good. Keeping those hips up. You guys got 30 seconds here. Right? So if you haven't tried a single leg, try some single legs. If you haven't done a single leg hold, maybe try that. Just so you can start to see at what levels you are at, so you can start to really progress this on your own or in our next shows. Good. Getting up there, we got 10 seconds here. Very good, Sarah. Raising them on up. 3, 2, and good. All right, let's get you guys going back into the hollow hold / tucks. Good, so start with the hardest one for you, and then we can regress back down. Good. There you go. Doing good here. Remember, really focus on keeping that tension in the abs. At this point, how are your abs feeling, Sarah?
Oh, they're feeling.
They're feeling, yeah.
I'm feeling rough.
Good.
I realize how weak my abs are.
No, they're good. Even if you have strong abs, right, you still feel those muscles. So we're doing great here. Good. At this point, you should be feeling your abs. If you're only feeling your lower back, you need to regress down and maybe do just a simple hold with the legs up. Maybe pick your chest up with your hands going towards your toes. Good. So this position that Sarah's in, if you need to be here, that's fine. You can see she's working here still. She's focused on her lower back staying into the floor. So if I had my hand and push it under her lower back, she couldn't pull it out. 3, 2, and good. We have our last one of the speed skaters. Let's get it going. Last one here. Stay low, right? Chest is up and stay low. Good. Very good. Good. You guys are coming up. You got about 40 seconds left here. Very good. You got 30 seconds here. Good. Chest is up. Good posture in the back. All this work we've done today, opening the chest and shoulders up. 20 seconds.
Oh, here we go.
Come on. Let's pick it up that last little notch. See how fast you can go here. Good. Stay in balance. Stay in balance. Stay inside. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right, get yourself some water. Nice job. We got a little glance there. So the last one we have here is a little bit of a cool down segment. Heart rate should be up there. So we're going to go 3 rounds, and it's just 2 exercises, 5 reps of each. So once again, I'll be talking here. You get your water, catch your breath, get on the ground there. We're going to go with 5 down dog, up dogs. So we're looking through here. So our go from this position, right? We're letting our hips drop to the floor. Our shoulders are down away from our back. We're going to curl our toes. We're going to come up, and then we're coming back down. Nice and easy. Now focusing on not letting your head move around so much. You can keep your eyes closed if that helps. We're just nice and easy, taking your time with that. We got about 30 seconds of those, or about 5 reps. Then we're going to go into our squat. So we're going to sit down into our squat, right? Hands on the kneecaps, kind of pushing them open. We're just going to reach up to the sky. Just reaching up nice and tall. The lower you sit, you can start to put that elbow into the knee and really pry it open there. We're going to go just 5 reaches, just like that. Okay? 5 reaches per side. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll start you down on the ground here. We're going to go our up dog, down dog.
Can we listen?
Sure. All right, let's get it going here. Shoes up, and we're going up top. Good. When you're up top, really focus on pushing your head through. Really feel that stretch. Good. Nice and easy here. Taking your time. Very good. Good. Nice and easy. Just get your breathing under control. Very good. All right, let's get you guys going into that squat position.
Okay.
All right.
Most
We're just sitting down. Yeah, the wider the stance, the easier it's going to be to open those hips. We're just going to keep one hand on the elbow. Good. We're reaching up. Now, in an ideal world, you'd be able to look directly at the camera. There you go. So we want us to make sure that you're not just twerking her shoulder. So all she's doing is she's just like cracking her shoulder, right? I want her to get her chest up. So when she's doing this, right, I don't want this, right? We want to sit down under control and reach up like you're screwing in a light bulb. Reaching up, screwing in that light bulb. We're not throwing our hands back there. Let's try that again. Nice and easy. Good. Screwing up the light bulb. Good. There we go. Good. So you can see here, want to think about those hips are dropping, and at some point we'd love to have those hips lower than the knee level. Good. Right now they're about parallel. In time doing this, right, the hips will be able to drop a little lower. Good. All right, let's go back to that down dog, upper dog. We got 2 more rounds here. Be nice and easy. You just got 30 seconds here. Take your time. If that means 2 reps, if that means 5 reps. Just taking your time, holding these positions. Very good. There we go. Very good. All right. Let's go back to that squat sit with a reach. There we go. Good. Remember, we're using our other hand that's down by that knee. I want you to push it into the knee to pull that hip open, and what you'll notice is it's going to allow you to sit backwards a little bit.
This is hard.
Good. So a lot of times if people have any, obviously this isn't a 100% diagnosis, but if you tend to have some knee issues when you're squatting or lunging or kind of achy, it could be the knee, but it also could come from the hips. Tight hips are going to force the knees into weird directions. So if you're having issues with these type of things, right, these type of movements might be great warm-ups you can do to help alleviate some of that pain and really increase that hip mobility. All right, let's do one more set here. Very good. Good, just nice and easy. You guys did a great job today. Right, I know it's a different pace in the beginning. We got after it in that second part. Just real quick, make sure you guys hit subscribe down below. Help support this channel. I know you guys are loving these workouts, so let me know below what parts you love, what parts you struggle with, any questions you may have about home fitness or workouts in general, and I'll be sure to answer those for you. So we have about 10 seconds here, and then we're going to go into our last squat and reach, and then from there you guys can go on with your day, and you guys can have a great day and get after it, and we'll be back. Just get you guys here. Good, so reaching up tall to the sky. There we go. Good, and each one trying to really think about prying that elbow into that knee, sitting the hips down, lower. All right, so the butt drops, the chest comes more vertical, so we can improve that nice deep squat position, which is going to help out with lunging, squatting, all that stuff. Good, let's get 2 more here, one on each side, and you guys are all done for the day. Very good. Awesome work today. Sarah, good job.
Good.
What was the hardest part?
Honestly, the abs.
The abs, the V-up stuff?
Yes.
What was one thing you took from today?
That I need to work on more abs and really focus on strengthening that and to not flail my body.
All right, there you go. And what I would say is thinking about also improving that mobility in the hips and in that middle back. So these exercises today, roll this one back as much as you want, because these exercises are exercises that I'll put into my workouts, into my client workouts, whether you're squatting, deadlifting, all of that stuff. As athletes, we all need great hips, no matter the age. Cool. All right, so you guys subscribe down below. Again, comment below, let us know what you took from this video, what you want to work on, any questions you may have. And until next time, have a great day.
Bye, guys.